Hello, this is Alexi once again. I'm doing the part 7 on Book of Daniel, and where I'm going through predominantly over prophetic verses in Book of Daniel. So this one is gonna be starting off in Daniel chapter 10 verse 1. In the third year of Cyrus, king of Persia, a message was revealed to Daniel, who was named Belteshazzar, and the message was true, and it concerned great conflict. But he understood the message and had an understanding of the vision. One thing I want to point out is that all those things about prophecies, like in Ezekiel or Daniel or Revelation or Zechariah or Joel or whatever prophetic book is, you have to know when was the prophecy was made. And the third year of Cyrus, king of Persia, is 533 BC, before Christ. Uh, there's a couple of commentators, you can check it out. I actually recommend eSword. You can download it for free, and they give you commentators, they give you Greek, they give you Hebrew, they give you multiple translations to compare with. Um, Really great tool. But the point is this: is that when you're gonna interpret the prophecy, just know that it's the silver the silver part of the statue, the second kingdom, which is a Persian empire. That's when you should be thinking how to interpret Book of Daniel. So skip down to verse 12 until the end of the chapter, verse 21. Then he said to me, "Do not be afraid, Daniel, for from the first day that you set your heart on understanding this, or on humbling yourself before your God, your word were heard, and I have come in response to your word. But the prince of the king of Persia was standing in my way for 21 days. Then behold, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, for I had been left there with the kings of Persia. Now I have come to explain to you what will happen to your people in the later days, because the vision pertains on the days still future." When he had spoken to me according to those words, I turned my face toward the ground and became speechless. And behold, one who resembled a human was touching my lips. Then I opened my mouth and spoke and said to him who was standing before me, "My Lord, due to the vision, anguish has come upon me, and I have retained no strength. For how can such a servant of my Lord take talk with such as my Lord? As for me, there remains just now no strength in me, nor has any breath been left in me." Then this one with human appearance touched me again and strengthened me. And he said, "You who are treasured, do not be afraid. Peace be to you. Take courage and be courageous." Now, as soon as he spoke to me, strengthened. I felt strengthened and said, "May my Lord speak, for you have strengthened me." Then he said, "Do you understand why I came to you? But I shall now return to fight against the prince of Persia, so I'm leaving, and behold, the prince of Greece, Alexander the Great, is about to come. How I will tell you what is recorded in the writing of truth. Yet this is no one who stands firmly with me against the forces except Michael, your prince. And interesting part about this chapter is that um, I mean, verse 20. Then he said, "Do you understand why I came to you? But I shall now return to fight against the prince of Persia. So I am leaving, and behold, the prince of Greece, I would argue it's Alexander the Great, is about to come." So it's once again, Babylon is gold, the silver is Persia. I already forgot. What's the not iron? Bronze. Yeah, bronze. It the third, which is Greece. And who is coming to conquer the Persia is the Alexander the Great. Um, an interesting thing is, like I said, if you have been watching my parts series, in order to understand Book of Daniel, you have to look up the dates, and in my opinion, you have to know Greco-Roman history. You have to know not just Alexander the Great, but also what happened after Alexander the Great. One kingdom split it in four kingdoms, and then I would highly recommend that you would study Roman history, uh, about seven kings. Then the Rome became republic. There was no kings, and then um, how about the first triumvirate, and then about the second triumvirate, um, and pretty much ultimately the history overall speaking. If you know some history about, you would understand where I'm coming from if you've been following it. So this video is short, and once again, um, study the history, look up, download eSword. There's a bunch of great commentators, and see you next time for chapter 11, because it's gonna take me a while to explain the whole chapter 11, maybe in two-part series. But that was part 7. It was part 7, about chapter 10, and next one will be chapter 11. That's